tell me why I'm crazy for taking a bad number here with Tech.
Kelly, I agree with you here. I can't back Tech after the 5 games in 5 days, and everybody's going to look at it, and why not? They're going to say, hey, if you can beat Duke, you can beat North Carolina, and you're getting double digits in those games, and you did it against North Carolina on the 5th day, 5 games in 5 days, why can't you beat Texas Tech with rest? Well, you know what? They were running on adrenaline, okay? And it was the only way in. And I'm not going to say any conspiracy theories, but, you know, the more teams you get into the tournament, the more money it is for the conference. And we know North Carolina had their name locked on the number 1 seed no matter what was going to happen in that championship game. So not saying conspiracy theory, but I'm not saying that's not a possibility as well. And let's face it, if you're a tired team, what happens? You're short on your jump shots and you don't play good defense. Well, you better do that because Texas Tech's going to come to play. They're going to be in an angry mood because they're coming off only scoring 59 points in their last game. Well, that should be no surprise. Who did they play in that last game, Kelly? They played Houston, the best defense in the country. I might throw out St. Mary's is a close second, and I got to see them in person here in Vegas last week. But Houston is just a tenacious defense. They make you work for every shot. They're going to play this NC State team and look at this defense, and they're going to think they're shooting the ball in the ocean compared to what they faced against Houston. I'm going to go with Texas Tech. I am going to lay the number with it. I don't think it's enough. I know we like to take those darling dogs, but this isn't one of those spots. If they get the job done here, I'll probably be against NC State in the next one. I don't think this team can survive twice, but they could lose and cover, and that would really irk me. But I'm going to go ahead and lay it with Texas Tech. Here's a little stat for Texas Tech. After a game where they went over the total, last 3 seasons, they're 17-37 against the spread in the next game. Let's go ahead and take Tech. Lay the points.
Joe Ranieri, top to bottom, what is the best conference in college basketball?
Oh, it's the Big 12. Stop. But you knew I was going to say that.
Listen, I don't want to get called a homer. I just had to ask. So we spoke about you're fading the Mountain West. I said that that's a bet of mine that has been very profitable since I started betting college basketball in like 2009. And then now I'm looking at this Big 12 grouping as a whole. And if you look on KenPom, if you look on home court advantages, we know that it's the Big 12. But these are neutral site games. Do you think that maybe the Big 12 is not getting enough love in some of these numbers? As Marco said, SEC always gets love here. I feel like this is really short. I thought this number was headed to 6.5.
Yeah, and this one's in Pittsburgh, right? So, I mean, they had to go from Raleigh to Pittsburgh here, which isn't much for North Carolina State here. And yeah, when it comes to conferences, Cal, I'm with you. I mean, there's levels to this. I will look to back an ACC team over any Mountain West team, and I will look to back a Pac-12 team over a Big 12 team over any sort of ACC team. And that's just the way it is here. I think the quality of the competition and what we have seen them do, and Texas Tech, by the way, playing in a better conference, is a top 50 team in adjusted defensive efficiency. They're also a top 25 team in adjusted offensive efficiency. So they delivered this year in what I think is a much different conference. While North Carolina State got hot at the right time, they had some things go their way. Going into that tournament, I think they had lost 7 of their last 9 games. This was another one of these teams like Oregon where they had to run the table or they weren't going to even sniff maybe the NIT, but yet here they are. So they don't turn the ball over a lot here, but I love what McCaslin has done with Texas Tech this year. Coming from North Texas, taking a Texas Tech job and a team that was barely 500 to bring them where they are here today. He's got these kids believing. I just think I have the better team, the more proven team in a matchup here that should be fun, but ultimately I'd much rather be holding a ticket on Texas Tech in the Big 12 than North Carolina State who might still be celebrating the fact they beat North Carolina for the championship. So my money would only be on Texas Tech in this one.